Hi you guys, and in today's video we're going to be building the banquet hall. Now I already started this a few videos ago and well obviously I've done the whole structure, so today's video is all about decorating, and here's where I'm taking my inspiration from: Buckingham Palace Banquet Hall. I'm looking at the tables, I'm looking at the colours, I'm looking at the styling. I'm not copying it completely, but I'm just taking inspiration from it. So the first thing we're going to build is the red carpet, iconic, and I've just decided to cover the whole floor in red carpet. And voila, and there we go. And this is when I realised, man, it's dark in here, I need to get some lighting. There's like a weird shadow on the floor, so I kind of googled some really like posh chandeliers just to get an idea of what kind of shape I'd be going for. I'm trying my hardest really to not copy other Minecrafters. I'm trying to just copy from life and just kind of playing around with the different elements, and I've not got any extra packs on or texture packs or anything like that. It's just pure bog standard vanilla Minecraft. Now this is me trying to center the beams, because there's nothing worse than building it and then you find out it's not central. So I've used end rods because I thought, well, they're glowy, aren't they? And I started with just some frosted glass in like a flower shape, and I'm just playing it by ear. I'm literally winging it. And believe me, it took ages to figure this out. I must have just spent like a whole day just trying to figure it out, and I just went into the menu and I picked things that were gold, clear, glowy, that kind of thing. Put a frog light in there. I did decide later on to get rid of the yellow glass because I just thought it just looks like wee stained glass, and I put those gold blocks there, but I thought, you know what, it looks too chunky. I kind of want it to look delicate. And I tried out some other ideas, putting amethyst crystals, but I thought, nah, it looks like Sophia the First a little bit, doesn't it? So got rid of that. I just played around and kind of went for this two-tier thing. I just wanted it to be massive. And as you can see, I'm holding a bell. Now, when I tried to mess around with the bells, I thought, oh, it's such a shame they've got this like frame around it, like wood. So I tried putting one upside down. And I didn't know if you knew this, but when you put a bell hanging down, it gets rid of the frame, and I thought, well, that's perfect because it's gold and it looks a bit like a lampshade, so I went with it. And then I just went underneath to check it was symmetrical, and it looks so much better from underneath. And I had to step back all the time just to check that it was what it looked like. Now I built a bridge across to the other side to make sure that when I build the second one that it was hanging at the same height, so that's a good idea. I suppose it's a bit like scaffolding, isn't it? But one thing I didn't edit into this video is I broke and rebuilt this second one about 3 times, because believe it or not, it was really difficult to duplicate. And then I got really hungry because, like I said, it took me all picking day to do this. And after a lot of work and eating later, I'm really happy with the overall effect, and I'm glad I went for 2 big ones. Now the next thing I'm going to build is the red table that goes all around the edge, and I just used red carpet for that. And I did that all the way around. Now the next thing I'm doing is the panelling that kind of goes all the way around. I don't know what the word is for it, but it's kind of the lip, the design, the textures of the wall. It's not just like a blank wallpaper, is it? So I'm using lots of stairs, lots of slabs and all sorts of pillars, and just trying to make it look as kind of Roman Greek as possible. I'm just putting in some pillars around one of the entrances to make it feel more grand, and I'm starting to use sandstone here. I just feel like it brings a lot more history to the building. I'm looking closely at the doorway surrounding. It's like it's quite got a triangle above it, and it's really detailed and intricate. So I'm trying to go for that. It's so difficult in Minecraft, isn't it? So I'm using slabs. I'm trying to make some sort of triangle. I tried using shells, but I didn't like it. I'm just playing around with it until I'm happy with it. Now, I left that alone for a little bit because now I'm focusing on this big painting that is like the main picture of that wall. I've noticed in a lot of period homes, they'll have large artwork, almost sometimes painted on the wall. So as I only have one big wall in this room, the other sides are all windows. I thought this was the perfect place. Now, don't worry, I'm not using these blocks. I'm just putting these blocks here so I know something will go here. So I'm just putting that there for now because there was a lot of stopping and starting in this. Now I'm zooming over to the left to the candelabra lamp, and I'm going to try and build it. So I placed these torches around the place when I was first messing around, just to have an idea of where I want lighting to be. And I'm slowly adding more like finishing touches, more, I don't know what you call it, is it cornice? I don't know, what is the word? Wall furnishings? I don't know, mouldings maybe? I'm not sure, but all I know is this room needs a lot of them. Now, it was at this point that I just felt a bit overwhelmed by the darkness of the place. So my favourite lighting block in Minecraft is the frog light. It just gives off so much light, but it's not the right theme or feel for this room. It looks like strip electric lighting. So I decided to cover it with shelves and then step back and have a look to see what it looks like. And even though I don't think it's giving off any light anymore, I was like, wow, that looks really good. It looks really detailed actually. So I'm going to do it all the way around. And also the wonderful thing about this new shelves is you can put stuff on there. So I got the dark oak, I think, wood shelves and put them on every other shelf block, and it made a really nice pattern. Unfortunately, it made me quite brain dead, and I'm telling you, I did not blink for about an hour, and it actually gave me a migraine, the amount of blocks I had to put on. So actually, I don't recommend it unless you've got the time and patience for it. Seriously, I didn't blink. And now for the most exciting bit, the tables. Now, all along I knew I was just going to use white concrete because it just will look like crisp white cotton tablecloths, which is what you want. So I've gone for 2 big rows, and look, it already looks amazing. So here I'm looking at what is on the table, and firstly, look how little the people are. They look makes you realise how massive the room is, but they've got big bouquets of flowers and candlesticks. So really we're quite restricted in Minecraft. So I've gone for candles on one side of the table, lit them all. They don't give off much light, candles, do they? And then on the other side of the table, like alternate, I've gone for plant pots with this little bouquet of flowers, whatever they are. I can't remember what they're called, but you know, it's the only one that kind of looks like a posy. Now, this is one of my most exciting things, I don't know why, but we're going for the red chairs with the gold frame. And I'm so happy that shelves have come into Minecraft because they combine perfectly with slabs to make a lower, more chair-like looking chair. So I've gone for the bamboo shelves and the nether brick. And look at it. It looks amazing. If you look at the back of the table, it actually goes across like the head of the table. It's not 2 single tables, it goes across, so I thought, okay, I'll do that, and it makes such a difference, you know. Look at that. Oh, it looks really good. And of course, just putting some more chairs there with candles and pots and flowers. I think it's brilliant. I love it so much. Now here I'm focusing now on the candelabra, the lamps, the lighting. Now, like I said before, I put torches where I'd like lighting to be. So here's where I'm going to try my first candelabra. I used bamboo fence and I put 3 down, and then it made like a post. I'm like, oh, I'm not happy with that. It looks like one of them village posts things. So I put some further down, and when I broke the top one, look, looks like a candelabra. I don't know whether I've discovered this or what, but it was purely a mistake. And I didn't know either. You could put 1 candle on top of each fence, and wow, it looks like a candelabra. Now I put bells there, but actually I didn't like the bells, and later I got rid of them. So here's me making another one, but lower to the ground. You can actually put 4 candles in the middle as well. And look, here's me comparing them, and actually I liked the lower down one better than the massive one. And I put them all around the room and then lit them all. Finished off by putting a gold block under each one for the stand. I had a bit of a mare with the lighting that's fixed to the wall, so I ended up just using slabs with candles and put some extra candles in the windows as well. Now, through the magic of editing, I am going to put paintings on the wall, because I'm telling you, it took me hours and this was the best I could come up with. So I don't even want to show you, I was so stressed out. But the paintings turned out really well. I picked them because some of them look quite classic. There's a landscape, there's a girl sitting with some sort of animal, I don't even know what that is. And then I tried to put some sort of design above the door, and I ended up going with these shelves with torches in. I don't know, it looks like a plaque or something, doesn't it? And then I decided to add more cornice, whatever it's called, around the place. Some buttons on the tables that looks a bit like fringe, and I put gold plates as well that looks a bit like serving areas. And now I'm looking at the carpet. Now, I know the carpet is red carpet, but I thought I can do better than that, and decided to do it so it looks like a rug, and I think it makes it look more old, do you know what I mean? And I just love it. I'm so glad I did that. Now I kind of realised that I have no thrones in my banquet room, but I can double up the shelves to make the chairs look higher at the back. So that would be where the Queen or the King or the heads of state that are visiting would sit at the head of the table. And after having a quick gander, I suddenly realised I've done nothing to the ceiling. And look at this opulent, amazing ceiling. I thought I have to do that. So look at this gridded sort of squares. So that is my inspiration. I'm going to use sand slabs, and I put that all over. So it's not too deep, but it's kind of 3D. And I thought in between, like where the lines go, I put a gold block, which I thought worked quite well. So I was trying to put gold in wherever I could, but just to make it look a bit more textured, I later added white buttons in the middle of the gold block. I absolutely love the ceiling. I never thought about doing a crosshatch design, but I really like it. A final finishing touch of yellow buttons on the white wall just to bring it together. And finish off the doorway, make it look a bit rounded at the top. And that is it. I've done. I can't believe it. I absolutely loved it. And even though it took me absolutely ages, I'm really loving it. I'm so glad I did this room first. What do you think? Wanted to have a little cheeky wander outside, see what it would look like through the windows. I think it looks so magical. Thank you guys so much for watching, and join me next time when I make the library.